Start line here for the Island Challenge Cup, University Women's 8s, University of Pennsylvania B, USA, on the top of your screen, Oxford Brookes University B on the bottom of your screen, the yellow bow, and off they go. Two B crews. B signifies the second, they're not the top boats of their programmes. This should be fairly even pitted race, but Oxford Brookes seem to have got the early lead.
And no surprise seeing Oxford Brookes with the early lead in a race, sitting about a canvas or so up on the University of Pennsylvania. Oxford Brookes, many of this crew, this entire crew actually won Academic 8s at the Henley Women's Regatta. So this is the B crew winning Academic 8s at Henley Women's Regatta. We've seen some performances from their A crew who are just electric, but they're being challenged here. They're being challenged by the University of Pennsylvania as we move further down the course, who are still within sniffing distance of Brookes.
To join the race live further down the course, Brookes have gone to just, I'm going to call it just clear water, but you're absolutely right, Fergus. University of Pennsylvania or Penn are holding on. They can't break away from here, Brookes, and this yellow boat at the bottom of their screen. A huge university programme, Oxford Brookes. We see them across the board dominating, and actually most of our men's aid currently right now world champions are made up of Oxford Brookes University, so we know their programme works. We know they produce fast, strong, resilient athletes. What are they going to do through the middle of this course?
Yeah, this Brookes crew has to dig on. They're not quite able to break clear. There's still contact between the sterns of the Brookes crew and the bows of the University of Pennsylvania crew, and Penn are going to have to step on. They finished 9th overall in the second varsity 8s of the NCAAs earlier on this year, and they've got their work cut out if they're going to beat this second 8 from Oxford Brookes University, who we can see on screen are still working so hard in this race. The faces there, particularly of Kate McNulty in the bow seat, it's a pain face if I've ever seen one before. Similar with Jemima Furness, who's stroking this Brookes crew, because Penn aren't done. Penn are starting to claw themselves back into contention as they come past the enclosures.
They certainly are not done. Look at that, look at the aggression they're rowing with. The rowing stroke is about how far you can push past that point you drop your oar in, and they're really utilising all of that in this crew.
I think Penn are moving. I think in the past 100 metres or so, I think they've just crept their bows just ever so slightly up the Oxford Brookes crew and just starting to gain some momentum. And as we can see on screen there, I think they're starting to launch that final phase of the race. The rate's going up, it's starting to get a little bit more frantic. I think this is going to be a cracking finish, Jess.
They're not letting go. Look at this great shots there from the bow seat. Eve Calero, she's really holding on to this boat, and the little glance across there. Cox, Helena Wolk, we're in this race, What have you got here, Penn? And can Brookes respond? Can they do it?
Brookes are going to have to respond. We're starting to see that move come together from the University of Pennsylvania. We can see there the bows of the Brookes crew just twitching as they themselves are starting to go up through the gears as they come in front of Stewart's enclosure, and that noise is just starting to rise as the crowds are appreciating this phenomenal race that we're being treated to at the moment.
This is what we want to see. We want to see these crews battling it out. This is gladiatorial. We want to see them pushing towards the finish line. Can Penn put them under enough pressure to really make them break in these final stages?
Penn have managed to close it down to about half a length or so. This is going to need a big last 10 strokes from the Americans, from the University of Pennsylvania. The question is, have Brookes done enough in the early stages of this race? This is so close in the final stages.
What have you got, Oxford Brookes? What's that training done for you? Where are you? And there we go. We see them cross the finish line, keeping their balance ahead. What a cracking race there as Oxford Brookes University B take the win, the Island Challenge Cup over University Pennsylvania B of USA, and they had to give it everything there. Brilliant stuff.